In what arguably seems as one of the greatest draft classes ever, with the third pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets selected Carmelo Anthony out of the University of Syracuse. Carmelo's arrival to the city of Denver came with a complete rebranding of the Denver Nuggets organization, as the team had updated their colorway, logos, and uniforms. This new color scheme of powder blue, gold, and navy would soon provide Melo and his Nuggets the visual identity synonymous with the hip-hop culture of the 2000s. And just like the hip-hop culture of the 2000s, these new Denver Nuggets led by Anthony were flamboyant, cocky, and tough. So tough that in fact, on December 18, 2006, in the last 2 minutes of the game against the New York Knicks, Melo and his Nuggets got into one of the biggest brawls in modern NBA history. The brawl resulted in the suspension of Carmelo, J.R. Smith, and Nene, and so the tone for what would be remembered as the Denver Thuggets was set. Just 1 day after the brawl at Madison Square Garden, the Nuggets acquired Allen Iverson from the Philadelphia 76ers by trading Andre Miller, Joe Smith, and 2 first-round picks. The move gave the Nuggets plenty of firepower, as both AI and Melo were one of the league's top scorers. And even though they were considered an elite team in the West at the time, they never really lived up to the hype. Chemistry issues and tension between the head of coaching staff and players resulted in the Thuggets never making it past the first round of playoffs, as they were eliminated in 2007 by the Spurs in a 1-4 series and were later swept by Kobe and the Lakers in 2008. Despite disappointing postseasons, the Thuggets were one of the most popular teams of the era, as the star power of both AI and Melo put the city of Denver on the map. National coverage of Nuggets games increased, and in turn, the world was suddenly exposed to the undeniable swagger of these Nuggets. They played athletic basketball led by Melo's bully ball and were a literal highlight factory at the time. Melo's silky smooth pull-ups, AI's killer crossovers, J.R. Smith's mind-blowing alley-oops, Kenyon Martin's putbacks, Nene's blocks. These were all plays that made him exciting and fun to watch, but also reflected who these players were off the court as well. And that off-the-court swagger is what made the Thuggets so memorable. They were a team whose star players seemed more like hood superstars than professional athletes, as at the time, some of the players butted heads with teammates, staff, and even lawmakers. Despite David Stern's 2005 NBA dress code policy, the likes of Melo, AI, JR, and Kmart maintained an image associated to street life and urban culture of the 2000s thanks to their style as well as personal sense of fashion. When asked about the Thuggets era in an interview podcast by Desicinero, Carmelo simply responded with a few words: cornrows, tattoos, and white tees. Words which perfectly embodied the spirit of that team, as well as the culture of an era influenced by streetball, blank ink, and hip-hop. These were Carmelo's Thuggets, the bad boys of the 2000s.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe.